Good morning, y'all. Welcome, Facebook. Oh, not Facebook. Ah, my bad. Instagram. I am pulling up Facebook right now. It is a Good Life radio show. We're about to go live in maybe about 30 seconds, so I need to get my Facebook up and running. I know I'm going to eventually have to I'm going to be doing YouTube live very soon.
Yeah.
I'm really kind of excited about it, but like navigating three at the same time, we will see how that works. So y'all may have to bear with me for a moment in time. Oh man, I had the wrong thing saved. I'm pulling up the Facebook so we can all get down. Oh y'all are I'm watching myself, y'all. That's too interesting. In the life. Oh, my thing didn't come out. Oh well. Copy. Done. We're about to go live. Receive. Paste. Done. Start live. All right. Facebook is live too now. Yay, everybody's happy.
Like the views or opinions of the staff, management, and advertisers of WBOK.
To the Good Life with me, Eileen. We are here on Wellness Wednesday, and we're here to open your mind. We are living the good life right here on WBOK 1230 AM. We are opening minds, living differently in the world with love, compassion, tolerance, and understanding for ourselves and hopefully everyone else. We do that right here weekdays at 11 a.m. Make sure you tune in, but you never ever have to miss a show because we are live right now on tglradioshow.com. That's right, we got our website up, tglradioshow.com. And if you're watching me live on Instagram or Facebook, and we will be on YouTube, and we are on YouTube as well, you can see the shirt I'm wearing. And don't think I'm just wearing a dirty shirt every day. I do have more than one shirt. So I'm really excited about it. So make sure you go get your Good Life Radio shirts right there at tglradioshow.com. And always tune in for Motivation Monday, Relationship Tuesday, Wellness Wednesday, Gumbo Talk Thursday, and of course, Freedom Friday. And I do have a special, I will kind of give a rundown of this show because we've been talking about receiving, right? Receiving all week. So we're going to receive Bobby Clark Alexander from the ATL in just about 30 seconds. We have Bashanj Jordan in the studio with us today, and we have received some feedback from Ronald Davis, who is holding down the wheels of steel on the other side of the glass from us. He is a student at Xavier, and so we love to have our students come and work here with us at WBOK. And we will have a wellness talk, with regard to our mental health for the last segment today. So make sure you stay tuned for the whole show because we want you to receive this information and let it digest into your spirit because why? It's the good life. So, but before we get into all that, I do have to say that y'all know I celebrated 3 years on the air. Can you believe that? I know, and I'm just ready to take it to the next level. And so is WBOK. Why? Because they made 10. They're older than me. They made 10. We've had a revamp of the station after Katrina. Y'all like it's older than 10 years, but no, with the current owner and the current dynamic of the show, we are 10 years old, and so we're gonna have a big celebration at Mother-in-Law Lounge that is going to be on Monday, November 13th. So we want y'all to come out and, hang out with us, get to know your personalities. Y'all may hear us, but do you know what we look like? No. And it's crazy because I'll talk to people that are like, oh, yeah, it's me. So November 13th, that is Monday at Mother-in-Law Lounge starting at 6:30 p.m. We'll have free food, live performances, and giveaways. And I can't tell you what the giveaways are, but one of them is our new t-shirts. We have brand new t-shirts, so make sure you come out. It'll be a blast. So come out for our 10th anniversary birthday bash. So we're going to jump into the conversation because we have Bobby Clark Alexander from the ATL. She is my life coach and she is yours. She goes all over the world and she's right here every Wednesday morning. And we changed the format of the show a little bit. I changed her to first because I just feel like her messages are so empowering. And I just wanted to make sure that we hit what she has to say and let it digest in our spirit. So Bobby, welcome to the beginning of the show. I know we've been doing it for a couple weeks, but I wanted to make sure everybody knew if they're like, wait, where'd she go? What happened? She's at the beginning.
Good morning, everyone. I know that the young man that called me this morning had something special about him. He's a Xavier student. Just wanted to put that plug in.
She has a love for XU. Oh, he put up his X on the other side. Yes.
So, but I am excited about what's happening with the show. We have to tweak. You know, I'm a life coach. I'm all into tweaking. We have to do what we need to do. I'm into innovation. You know, use what you got and make it better.
Yeah, so, exactly.
And that is just simple as that. We do that in our lives. I love the T-shirt. I'm going to try. I was trying to pull out my calendar to see if I could get in there for that. I would like to try and get in there, so I'm going to try for the 13th. But I want to say good morning to Bashan. Good morning. You've been on my mind a lot. Trust me, I'm trying to figure out if I want to get with you now because it's the holidays, Bashan.
Yeah.
But if I let anything else creep up on my body, I just don't know what's going to happen.
It's Wellness Wednesday. You better get your mind right.
Go ahead and start now. Don't wait till after the holidays.
Get your
so I always tell people
right.
that's the number one procrastinating time of the year.
I'm going to call you today. I will call you today. We need to get something
looking forward to it.
In stone, okay?
Yes.
So after all of that, Eileen, I want to say great day to you. I'm excited about what's happening in your life and for the show. But it's a great topic. Did
the
you
art
see
of receiving.
Wow on my text to you.
I know.
It's like receiving.
The art of receiving. Well, you know, these past 3 weeks have been ask, believe, receive, and it is a process. And if you miss any one of the pieces of the process, it doesn't really work. And I have found that, you know, because we talk about it, I had an issue with receiving. And when, you know, closed mouths don't get fed, right? And you tell me that all the time. Eileen, open your mouth. Eileen, you know, say something. You know, do something. Right. You know, be willing to receive. And you know, it is walking into your vulnerability, because the people who aren't willing to receive are usually controllers. Not me, though. I don't know what you could be talking about. You know, but you may like to control situations because you just don't want to be hurt, or you just don't want to be disappointed, or you just, whatever it is for you. And so, you know, I knew this was a special topic, and I wanted you to touch on it, please. So the art of receiving.
Absolutely. Let's go in there. Well, you're not the only one. I think people who are movers and shakers and people who try to take care of themselves and to live life as best they can, I think that we all at one point, but then you have the flip of that coin where there are some people that just takers. You know, they just have, they have no censor, they have nothing. But those of us who try to be accomplished and effective and live a good life like the show is helping us to do, we really don't. But I'm going to tell you what that is pride of life, is self-respecting pride that goes with that, because a lot of times when people give you something, there are strings attached to it was my issue.
Wow.
See,
Bring it to us.
I had real issues with it, because at first, I think when I first got divorced and someone wanted to give me something, see, while I was married, I was good. I really didn't need anything. I had everything I need. So you could tell somebody, oh, no, because I really didn't need it.
Right.
But when I came to a place where I could have used some of that help or assistance or that giveaway, I was afraid, because a lot of times I sensed, it's like it was an undertone, it was a motive, it was a string attached to it. And I'm thinking, Lord, I will owe my life if I receive something from this one or that one. Right. And then I had to pray. I said, God, help me. You know, is this pride? And then just in being quiet and getting wisdom and meditated on it, what I really received was, no, it's wisdom. You can't receive from everybody.
Yeah,
wow.
Because some people they'll have you paying back till Jesus comes.
Wow.
That's the truth.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's true. You're like, are you going to hang this over my head forever?
Giver.
It could be the littlest thing, too.
Give. And it's real. I forget who I give to, because I really give it freely.
Yeah.
So I'm a free giver. You don't owe me anything. Even sometimes when people have borrowed money from me and they couldn't pay it back, I let it go, because the old saying is, if you can't afford to lose it, don't loan it.
Wow.
Okay? is real. I'm not gonna hound somebody down for money, and it's been big dollars at times, and I just let it go.
Yeah.
I won't loan it to you again, but
Right. But at least, but you know, right?
but I let it go, and I let them go.
You had your chance.
Okay? And so the thing is, when you do that, when you're a free and liberal giver, the Bible lets you know, see, that same thing is going to come back to you. You're going to be made fat, the Bible says. So that goes across the board, Eileen.
With abundance.
So receiving is a blessing, but not when it's God's satanic message to it. Yeah, I went way there.
It's the truth. Well, I mean, if it's not God, it's the other end.
Exactly. That's exactly what I did.
There's a lot of people who say that there's this gray area,
because
right?
It's either good, it's good or
It's
evil.
either good or
There
bad.
is no in between.
But you know what? I'm glad that you said that. And we never know where our conversation's going to go, which is why I love Bobby, because we go left all the time. But now that you brought that up, I think you're a perfect person to ask that question to. So many of us do get caught up in that there's a gray area. And, I was dealing with this myself, and I had to, check myself. I was like, oh, but this, no, it's not. It's either good or bad.
A single woman, and the way that I travel and have to go, I really have to take care of myself. I really have to protect myself. So I turn down a lot of dinners, and you can come here. I know I can tell some people I can.
Yeah.
I can sense that, but Sean, I can sense when a man is interested, but he is respectful.
Yeah.
I'm good with that.
Yeah.
Okay, he's a man. I would hope that he is interested in a woman.
Yeah.
But I can handle myself. But when I pick up through discernment in the first place that you after it, you can forget it. I will smile with a beautiful smile and say no, thank you.
There you go.
Could I get an amen from the
Amen to that.
congregation?
Okay?
Amen.
And so we all of us, men and women,
You ain't gotta say
even
yes to
men,
everything.
Right.
there are women out there that mean good. I'm not hating on the sisters. We're just dealing with truth on the good life, right? I mean,
amen.
we're dealing with truth.
Yes.
And there are women that are messed up, and they're talking about gold diggers. Okay, there are gold diggers also, Goal. I'm a
Ooh.
gold digger, Goal.
Hello, Bobby. I need a
will
T-shirt.
come
I'm gonna make a
if I
T-shirt.
see that you about something, you're
Gold
moving
digger.
a shaker, you bringing something to the table. See, it's not about you just having that dollar in that certain bank account. See, I see the greatness in investment in people. People have to stop getting hung up with that also.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, okay, what does your bank book look like? What car do you drive? No, what gifts do they have, and what is their mindset, and what do they really bring? What are they accent to you? So getting back to receiving, you have to be able to receive something different from what you're accustomed to putting work with. You have to be able to receive something that doesn't look like what you think it should look like, and you have to open up to receive something new. Talking about cognitive dissonance,
Yes.
Eileen.
Yes, because what I have found in my I'm older, in my 39 years, it's like what I expect it to look like is never what I get. And I'm happy when I get it or whatever it may be. And sometimes you have to look at the outside and you're like, and then you open it up and you start peeling back the layers and you're like, oh, this is exactly what I needed at exactly the right time. But, when we're receiving something, it may not always look like what we want it to look like, but we don't have to know the how. We don't have to know the process. We just have to be open, but with discernment.
Yeah, and also too with receiving, the packaging it doesn't always come packaged the way you want it. Beware of that in this time, in this season. We're in the age of acceleration. We're in the age of thinking out of the box. We're in the age of things, the dynamics, life as we knew it before is not that way anymore.
True.
People is not going to look like what it used to look like or what you think it should look like. You will miss out big.
And we've been talking about this because we've been doing it for a couple weeks now. Like, you know, the Lord has definitely led these conversations because we talked about shift and transition and transformation, ask, believe, receive. We've talked about all of these things over the last couple months, but people really need to open their mind to it because so many things are changing and you need to start receiving this type of information and stop being like stuck in your ways because
Wow.
we're here to grow. We're here to, you know, raise our level of consciousness. We're here to raise the planet. We're here to love. We're here to share. We are interconnected, whether you want to believe it or not. And when we come to that realization, you will be a little kinder. I was watching something last night, and they were like certain people who, you know, are at these stages. You know, you're like, why isn't everybody nice? And you know, everybody's not at that stage, and it's not about pointing fingers because they're going to get there. You know, at some point, whether it be this lifetime or another, whatever it is for you. But you know, there are more of us who are opening our minds to this type of things, and you know, walking our walk. And you know, my walk has started a long time ago. I've been accelerated since, you know, Bobby knows, especially in the last couple of years. And you know, it's definitely been a blessing. But if I didn't surrender to it, and if I didn't receive the information that was coming to me, I'd be a hot mess right now. I mean, I'm still a little messy, but I'd be a hot mess right now. You know what I'm saying? It'd be even worse.
You look
sitting
warm.
here quoting both of my last two hits for social media?
Really?
Yesterday or last night, I actually hit something in respect to you cannot bring or take people where their mind will not go. Okay, there are people that you try and bring to another place, and they're just not going to go. They're not going to receive that new thing or what you see for them better than they see or want for themselves.
Yes.
They are not going to receive it. They're going to be a barnacle. They're going to be a weight. They're going to be a hindrance. There is somebody in the earth that's gifted for those who want to stay put where they are. There's someone to help them where they are.
Right.
You have to know your audience and the people that you have to flow with. That was a hit from last night. And then the hit this morning that you just actually stated that I know you haven't seen because I did it right before I came on, and I know you were prepping. So I hit that you cannot be kind. It's just nice to be nice. But some people just will not, they cannot receive kindness. They have done so much dirt, and they have done so much scheming, or they had someone who really schemed and got them. So now they're thinking everybody's out to get them. So they're going to get you before they get got, okay? And so they cannot receive your kindness. So what I've learned to do is, Bashan, is withdraw it. I'm not going to be mean to you.
Right.
But I'm not going to spend casting my pearls before swine either.
And it's crazy how you said that, Bobby, because I don't know if you know who I'm talking about. I had to specifically deal with that situation recently, and I felt bad because I'm like, God tells you to love your neighbor, and you're supposed to do this, that, and the other. But he also doesn't want you to do it to spite yourself. You know what I'm saying? And I don't wish them any goodwill, and I literally dreamt about it. And he told me that it's about your intent. It's about your intent. And I don't have any...
I'm not going to hate you, and I'm not going to dislike you because you can't receive my kindness. You're the fool, okay? Because you don't know what this package is. So that's for
and it's
anybody.
Okay. And it's okay.
Right? So you're too foolish to really see because you can't get past your hurt to receive something different. We all have to get delivered, Eileen. We have to let go. We have to get counseling. We need to get coached. You know, my clientele is picking up, but I'm going to tell you guys, it's not the people in the large cities that are drawing to me. It's people in rural and out of the city areas, and that's blowing my mind.
There's a shift.
These people are seeing much better than the hustle and the bustle of us in the city who think that we know what we're doing, and we don't.
Exactly.
So they get out of the city and they get away from it, and they can see what's going on, and they are calling me in secretly, privately, and nobody knows what they're doing. If you notice, I'm going outside outside of the big cities.
Well, I'm glad you said that. So, because we are wrapping up, but I want you to tell everybody how they can reach out to you. How can they contact you if they need life coaching, if they, are finding themselves on their prophetic walk and they, are kind of confused. I was like, I must be weird. I'm not weird. There are a lot of us out there. And so reach out to Bobby Clark Alexander. You will feel better. I promise. How can they reach you, Bobby?
They can reach me on BeWhoYouBe.com. At the bottom of the page is my email there. You can email me if you're seriously interested on Twitter at Bobby Clark A, and on Facebook, Twitter, all the social networks, Instagram. I'm out there.
She's out there. Thanks so much, Bobby. I appreciate you. Each and every Wednesday, she will start the show on Wellness Wednesday. It's mind, body, and soul. We are getting your mind right. We are going to take a quick break, and we'll be back with Bashan's Jordan because we're talking about receiving. We're going to receive some feedback. So we had a couple discussions with Ronald on the other side of the glass, our ex-U. I don't want to say intern because he's like family now. He definitely hooks up the show, and we appreciate him. But we were talking about some workout feedback. So he wants to know, when is there time to work out? How do you find time? How do you deal with people flirting in the gym, or how do you flirt in the gym? And feedback from other people in the gym when they give you your 2 cents, like when you're doing an exercise and they give you like, do it like this. Well, I didn't ask you. So we're gonna get into a little bit of that with Bashan's Jordan when we get back. Flirting in the gym, Bashan's, you gonna give? Yeah, we're gonna get into it. Make sure you stay tuned. We'll be right back.
A message from Foundation.
Hey y'all! I loved the message, and it went all kind of ways.
I know we're not doing the whole water anymore. What about this this one is playing now? You still
through the end of the month.
Okay.
Thank you. If y'all are wondering what he's talking about my commercials. Do you want a commercial? I know you would love to have a commercial.
Yeah.
We have commercial packages that we can work out for you. Our commercials are, if you go to anywhere else, we are a New Orleans urban station, the only African-American owned station in the region, to be perfectly honest.
Wow.
And so we have some really great rates because we want to make sure that people, can get on air and get their businesses out there. They're $35 a commercial. Yes, did you hear that? They're 120 something somewhere. They're $35 a commercial. And if you do a large package for 6 months or more, we can work out something with you. So make sure you give us a call, 504-400-7127. We have packages and rates right there online at tglradioshow.com and advertise. Just hit the button and you can actually choose it there. We can make your commercial. If you have it already, you can send it to us. If you want excuse me, if you want us to create it, we can do that for you as well. And we have a turnaround time of 24 hours. So even if you need it quick or something, we can do that. If you would like to have a 15-minute segment, we can do 15-minute segments. That will be a conversation. I don't like to make it just a commercial because that's not the good life. Who wants to listen to that? I like to have a conversation and talk about, maybe the theme of what it is and throw in what it is, but just make a connection with everyone. I don't like it to be really commercial because I don't want to listen to that, to be perfectly honest. That's just what it is.
Yeah.
But if you have a restaurant, I love to, we'll talk about food. We'll taste your food. We'll do all kind of stuff. And especially since we're right before lunch, please feed us. But our segments are $200 a piece. So give us a call, or you can email me if you want just some information. I can send you the media kit, or obviously you can go online again at tglradioshow.com. You can do it right now, but it's in the middle of the show. So you really want to finish watching the show. Why would you break that up, right?
No, don't do that. Just wait till after. You can do it right after.
No, but I have some people who just started. Actually, we have a brand new partner who is starting on Monday. So RTA, our Regional Transit Authority, is now a brand new sponsor and partner of the Good Life Radio Show. I'm really excited because some stuff's gonna go on that I can't tell you about yet, but you may see my face driving by. I'm just saying.
What?
I know. So look, I gotta go take some.
Nice.
True story though.
That's cool.
I know. So
You're a celebrity.
I wash my hair that
I need your
day.
autograph.
I wash my hair that day. So it'll be fun. We have a lot of growth going.
Wipe the cold out your eyes.
Yeah, and guess what? Oh, I want to start saying this because we're putting together an event. We've had so many people who've asked us. Actually, I might say this on air again. Yeah, I might, because I'm receiving feedback. And so I'm gonna say this on air. Should I wait and save it on air?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna say this on air. So we're choosing, because we don't have I have sort of the details, but not really, because I need to get them all together, but I know we're going to start, I'll say this, we're going to start having quarterly events for the Good Life Radio Show.
Nice.
And I'm really excited about them.
That sounds cool.
And so, yes! Ooh.
Can I come?
Duh.
Oh.
Of course you can come. So yeah, I'll say it, because I'm putting together now. Oops. Welcome to The Good Life with me, Eileen. We are here on Wellness Wednesday, and we're here to open your mind. We are living the good life right here on WBOK 1230 AM. We are opening minds to living differently in the world with love, compassion, tolerance, and understanding for ourselves and hopefully everyone else. We do that right here weekdays at 11 a.m. Make sure you tune in for Motivation Monday, Relationship Tuesday, Wellness Wednesday, Gumbo Talk Thursday, and Freedom Friday, where we open our bags, or I should say we drop our bags. We open our minds. We drop our shame, fear, guilt, anxiety, everything that you don't need to be carrying. We drop those on Friday, and we walk into our passion and purpose. And speaking of that, receiving information, I've had a lot of feedback before we jump into Deshaun's and Ronald. I know y'all are really ready for those conversations. Yeah. But I wanted to say this because I was saying it off air, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to wait until I get on air. We've had a lot of feedback with regard to our relationship conversations, and we did, what did we do? We had going up on a Friday, remember?
Yeah.
When we had the comedy conversations. But, I really wanted to have conversations that were next level. So God put it on my heart, and we're going to start a quarterly relationship conversation. It's going to be the state of our relationships. Y'all like that? Presented by The Good Life. And so it's going to start in February. So we are putting it all together now, and I will keep you updated as to how it progresses. But we're getting actually really already pretty much have our panel together. So It will be, if y'all starting to see new people here in this, they may be on the panel. But we will have these conversations. It will be, from totally different perspectives, from, our millennials all the way up to, our 50s and 60s. So it literally will be from different conversations. So we're going to have panel discussions. We're going to have, but it'll end up being a party. We're going to have a semi-concert after, with a new artist, and then we'll kind of let the evening go. We'll have food trucks and stuff like that. So it'll really be fun, and I'm really excited about it. So we're going to start this in February, and it will be a quarterly event, the state of our relationships, and we want it to be interactive. The way that, letters are like a lot of people call in or listen, I should say, but they'll give me feedback, email me or text me and this, that, and the other. But obviously,
that sounds like my kind of party.
Yeah, Dr. Wilborn from Relationship Tuesday, Henry will be there, and Els will actually be a part of it too. She is a comedian. She's actually the first Tuesday of every month. So just start thinking about that. Put that on your calendars. When we have the date and the location down, we will let everybody know, and then we'll do I guess an Eventbrite or a thing so everybody can sign up and come out. But the state of our relationships are going to start next February, because I just thought February was such a good month.
That's going to be here before you know it. Jesus.
I know. And February is a month of love, so why not start the state of our relationships, So it'll be interesting. It'll be real conversation, with regard to our interpersonal relationships with, and not just, male, female. It could be our parents, our children, and we'll have it, because a lot of people are having, situations with their parents that have been roadblocks and kind of blocked it off subconsciously and have not moved forward. So we will be having these conversations. And of course, I know Bashan's and all of our co-hosts are going to be in the building.
Of course.
We'll have a table for that y'all can sign up for Tiger Rock and do all kind of stuff like that as well. And speaking of that, Tiger Rock is going to have some great news coming up. Can't tell you now because he won't let me.
Nope.
So
shortly. Give me some time.
You have to stay tuned each and every week to find out. But speaking of feedback, let's see. Ronald, who is on the other side of the glass. Yeah, I caught you off guard, huh, Ronald? You were looking at your phone. He gave us some feedback, and we are receiving it. And so I'm going to let Bashan answer some of these questions. Get us up off the hot seat.
Gotcha.
With regard to working out. So Ronald asked, he has a heart. He's a college student, and he has a hard time, trying to find workout time.
Yeah.
So how do you get around these little bleeps, bumps in life? I didn't even know what word I was saying.
Yeah. I mean, especially
You're going through it too, so.
Yeah, I mean, everybody goes through it. I went through it when I was in college, but I think that's one of the challenging times. I mean, all year round, or your whole life is working out is probably one of those things that people have struggled is to get into, and make it fit into your schedule. That's why they always say you get the freshman 15 or whatever, because nobody stop. Nobody, really thinks about doing that, especially at a young age. But, now that, the world is kind of more conscious about working out and staying fit and things like that.
And eating better, too.
I mean, eating better, yeah. I mean, and it's just you got to plan, just like everything else. You got to plan, just like you have a schedule for school, you got a schedule for your class. Pretend like that's a class and put that on your schedule some kind of way. Even if you have a work schedule, things like that, it could be 10 minutes, it could be 20 minutes, it could be 30 minutes. As long as you're doing something, you can fit some type of workout in. Maybe instead of driving to class, you can take a bicycle to class, or you can walk to class.
Or I could walk to work.
You can walk to work. There's a lot of different things you can do.
Or not.
or not. The one thing I always tell people is to find somebody that's going to help hold you accountable, and y'all can hold each other accountable to make sure you get that in every day, or if it's not every day, every other day. So everybody's schedule is different throughout the week. I know with colleges, some days you have those hour and a half classes, some days you have those hour classes. So, find some time in there between those class times.
I know we're speaking of, college life, but really it's day to day for everybody. Moms and dads, and just, you have a networking event to go to. I have a meeting. I get home late. I'm tired. I don't feel like it. But I think the way that it gets you is that you feel too tired to work out, but you're like, I need more energy. But it's the working out that'll give you the more energy.
Exactly. If you work out, you have more energy, and so that's why I say, set an alarm for yourself. Instead of waking up, let's say 30 minutes before you go to work, wake up 50 minutes before you go to work, so that way you can have 20 minutes to get your workout in. So I don't know, but you got to be disciplined in it,
Okay,
so you got to really want it. You got to really want it.
With that being said, what about shorter workouts, like 10 or 15 minutes?
There's nothing wrong with that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe we can throw that in.
Anything.
Ronald, look, he's nodding his head on the other side.
But if you're going to do short workouts,
what should they look like if they are short?
If you're going to do short workouts, you want to do something that's effective and that's really going to get you going. Because if you're doing short workouts, then you don't have time to mess around. So you want to move quickly.
Right,
you're going to go from one workout to the next. The top popular workouts you can do real quick, do some push-ups, jumping jacks, squats, things like that, planks, just set like a little time, do 30-second intervals for each workout. But once again, you probably won't have those long breaks in between each workout, so it's going to go boom, boom, boom.
30 seconds?
30 seconds possibly, if you need to, so.
Does it include burpees?
Y'all
know I don't like them, so I had to ask.
Like I said, if you want to get a full body workout, burpees are the way to go.
Huh? What?
You heard what I said.
What?
Burpees are the way to go. Full body workout.
I don't like that idea.
It's a great idea.
I knew I was going to bring it up because I knew that this would be a back and forth because I know I don't like them and he loves them.
I love them.
Anyway, so Ronald, so long story short, that if you are having trouble finding time to work out, either schedule it and stay on a schedule, put it in your phone.
Set an alarm.
And set an alarm, or create little, incremental things that you can do throughout the day.
You know how you used to do your little interval training while you're walking, or you walk in the park. So if you're, you might look silly walking to class and then bust out and doing some squats or some lunges, but hey. You might start a trend or something. You never know.
When your butt lifts, you won't care.
What?
Or take the stairs. Take the stairs at work.
Instead of doing elevator.
I take the stairs here every day.
I was talking to a young lady, and what she does, she actually parks further away from her job to make her walk a little
That's
bit
a good
more.
idea.
You know, just to get those little, and then like she said, she takes the stairs. She'll hit the stairs up and down a couple times, and that's it. You know, so yeah.
What else? Okay, so was his second question. When people are, yeah, we were receiving this today. When people are in the gym, to flirt or not to flirt?
Oh Lord, okay.
Is the question.
Okay.
And I think everybody has had this at some
Yes,
point. Even
yeah.
if you're not in a gym, if you're like at the park
Yeah.
or while you're working out and people are flirting with you.
Yeah.
Number one, you're probably in, you know,
I'm not gonna say
Either-
flirt. I'm gonna put it in the perspective of
I'm a
people just
flirt,
talking
I'm
to you, right? So here's my thing.
I'm a flirt. Oh, see why? I don't talk about flirting.
Huh?
He's like, how you talk to girl? I'm gonna tell you what Ronald said. He said, how you talk to girl when she's squatting? He's like, you know how to say, yeah, that squat's working for you? Like,
Just
you're laughing because that's
start
what
a
we really talk
conversation
about.
like, look, hey, I see those squats are really
Those
working for you
squats are
there.
working for you. Yep.
So how do you go by doing that exactly? What's your form? You know, can you give me a couple of exercises to help me out? Because I'm trying to be just like you. So you know,
that would be scary. Don't tell me that. I'd be like,
no. I mean, I want to get a
wow,
good work.
don't say that one. That is not. You see, when you're married, you're come online and don't work.
No, that's not true.
We're gonna leave them.
No,
with your wife.
listen, for real though. I mean, if you say, I mean, not in that sense. You know what I mean? I'm trying to.
I'm glad you're at the game. I'm glad your lines are bad.
Well, see, I haven't had to practice a long time.
Exactly, you haven't had.
But it's that's the idea of it.
But real talk, like it's nothing like being stared at when you're working out. And you're like, ew.
Exactly. You get that a lot.
As a
in the
woman,
gym.
you're like, ew, like,
Yeah.
stop staring.
Especially women,
And he's
yeah.
like, as a man too, you
Yeah.
want to be stared at. No, like, okay, he said as a man, it's creepy
I'm focused
too.
on what I'm doing. I'm trying to focus on my workout.
So
you know?
do not stare. If you're trying to
Yeah.
flirt with somebody at the gym, wait, if my 2 cents would be wait till they stopped working out and they're leaving, extend your time, and flirt after. Don't do it while they're in the middle of an exercise or possibly, what
you
might
could-
work? I bring them a bottle of water. Say, I just wanted to make sure you had this.
No, that's too much.
I need to be hydrated. Why is that too much?
I don't know. I don't know.
Chivalry doesn't exist.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with chivalry. You can help them. Look, I said, never mind. Forget it.
Tell me. You drink your special red drink. You're like, oh look, I got this Advocare for you.
There you go. Boom.
You should try this
That's the
system.
greatest-
Well, then buy me the whole system.
No.
Well,
You're
see,
gonna try this one first. We're gonna try that one
I
first.
told you.
But then we can click after that. But no, I'm not buying you the whole system. No.
Why? You offered.
Because we gotta
Not really.
have a conversation first before we get into
Well, that goes into our last question. If someone is giving you feedback at the gym, like you're doing or at the park, wherever
Yeah.
it may be, you're doing lunges while you walk, and people look at you. Oh, your lunges aren't. Your knee doesn't go over your foot.
I get
and I
that.
understand that's
Yeah.
correct, but
I get that a lot, and
did I ask you?
Well, I don't. I'll kind of play along.
Do you do it? Being a trainer, because it's different.
I don't.
Is it hard to watch
Honestly,
people do exercises incorrectly at the gym?
Now, if they're not a client of mine, I tend not to. It depends, really. I tend not to put my 2
Tell
cents
the
in.
truth.
Just because some people have a nasty reaction to you and they'll say something.
I didn't ask you.
So yeah, exactly. So, but if you're a member of mine and you're a client of mine, then yeah, of course I'm correcting you all the way. But
Right.
yeah, because I don't. I mean, if I know that they know what they're doing, then they're helping me, and they look like they look better than me, then of course I'll take their criticism. But if they're looking like they just started working out last week and they try to tell me how I'm doing something wrong, then okay, thank you. Give them one of those little, yeah, thank you.
So should people stay in their lane when people are working out? Like if someone doesn't ask you for help, because there's sometimes people ask you like, can you hold, can you spot me? Look, I use the right terminology.
Yeah.
Can you spot me, or can you, whatever it
That's
may be.
different.
If they ask you, then that's
Yeah,
one thing.
yeah,
but you should
yeah.
kind of keep your 2 cents to yourself, unless you see somebody struggling.
Yes and no.
Maybe?
You should help people out. If they're really doing something bad to where they're going to hurt themselves, then I would probably step in and correct
So
them.
there's like a line.
Not correct them. I'll say, look.
Let me
hey,
help you. Can I help you?
Yeah, I can show you some things to help you out with that, type of thing.
I-
There's your pickup line right there. Boom. What? That's it right there. That's where you start.
Let me help you with those
Let me
squats.
help. Let me
Look, I'll
spot
put
you.
my hands here, so when you touch them, that's when you know to pop back
Let
up.
me spot you real quick. There you go. See? Boom. What? See?
Lord have mercy.
We got this.
Oh, yes,
I can
we
still
do.
be in
So,
this
Ronald,
game,
did those answer your questions? We are receiving feedback on Wellness Wednesday. We answered Ronald's questions. He said he got them. So, if you don't have time to work out, try to make some short workouts or
Yeah.
set an alarm for yourself.
Yep.
Do like 10 to
Put it in
15
your
minutes,
schedule.
walk up the stairs, park a little farther from your job, which will create, a little bit extra, effort on your part. So those are just a couple of ideas in
Yeah.
flirting in the gym. It just depends on, you got to
Just stay focused on your workout, man.
You got to feel their vibe. Well, it could be like your life partner. It could be
Yeah,
like your
that's true.
soulmate.
That's true.
If you
That's
are
true.
so inclined and you feel it in your gut,
Yeah. And hey, if it's there, then
if it's there, if it's supposed to
she'll
be, it's
come
supposed
to
to
you.
be.
She'll come to you.
No.
Oh.
I like chivalry. I mean, they have people who do, but
Some people do.
I believe chivalry exists. I ain't. Mm-mm.
No, I mean, yeah. I mean, if she's taking too long to come to you, then you got to make that move.
Clearly.
You got to make that move.
If you can't make the move, then why do I want you? If you can't be the man.
That's not true.
Real talk, y'all. This Relationship Tuesday now. I'm like, what? If you can't be the man and come, like, what?
Well,
Well, some women are different, but I'm like, for you to be my
This is a
man,
whole other
you got to
story.
step up to the plate. Like, wow. Mm-mm. I want the man to be the man. I don't want to be the man. I've been a single woman. Mm-mm. I've been a single mother. I don't want to be the man. You be the man. Yes, be the man. Okay, maybe that's a little too TMI. So, speaking of Tiger Rock Nola, if you want to get your workout on and have them and
Jesus.
feel like the man,
I quit.
and be a
I'm
6-degree
leaving.
black belt like he is, how can they contact you, Bashan?
Call me at 504-831-1110. That's 504-831-1110.
1110. That's 504-831-1110. If you want to get your workout on, if you
Holla at me.
need if you want
Don't flirt
to
with me.
receive some feedback, no, your wife would be like, all right, nope. Mm-mm.
Bruh. Yeah.
And y'all, okay, well, this is a question because he does a workout video for us. So can you do a workout video with maybe like 3 exercises that we could create like a 10 to 15 minute workout?
Gotcha.
And then he will post that for us, and we will share it. So
Yes.
we do a different one every week. So
Every
last
week.
week we did what, squats. Speaking of the squats, that was funny.
Yeah.
So y'all stay tuned. Follow us on all of our social media platforms. That is at TGL Radio Show, at TGL Radio Show. Why? Because it's the good life. We're gonna take a quick break, and when I get back, we're gonna talk about 5 reasons why receiving is harder than giving. Ugh, why do you struggle with receiving? Well, I'm going to break them down when we get back. Stay tuned. It's a good life, y'all. It's Eileen. I'm receiving a gift that he didn't get. Oh, I'm giving my water.
Hi, this is Bishop Henry Golden, and I'm so excited to have this
Different when
opportunity.
it's mine. You can't take mine. Good morning, y'all. Y'all got caught in the drizzle this morning. Excuse the hair. Feels like it's a hot mess, but it's okay. I'm gonna receive the compliments I got this morning and walk into my purpose. We had fun. We had a ball this morning. We were talking about receiving this week. It's been a 3-week series. Ask, Believe, Receive. You can go back and see all of those shows on tglradioshow.com. It will send you to all of our links to YouTube, Facebook, and you can join us, subscribe, all of that kind of good stuff. You can also get your shirts there on TGL Gear. You can just hit the button, you can choose a shirt. We have like 13 different shirts. This is the standard logo shirt. I have 3 of them, so don't think I'm wearing the same shirt every day. But I figured if I should wear anything on the show, it should be my own stuff. And so I'm getting the other ones printed, so I'm really excited about that as well. So please join the party. Please join the party and get your t-shirt right there at tglradioshow.com. What else was I going to tell you? Oh, and like I said before, I said it on the air, but we're going to start having a state of the relationship conversation every quarter. So I'm really excited about this. I've been listening and receiving your feedback. A lot of people want to have this relationship conversation, and it's just so important. And relationships really never go out of style. People are always looking for information and, just advice. And you don't, and you may not necessarily have the money for counseling services. Speaking of it, I'm listening to Dr. Wilborn's commercial in my ear. But our counselors will be there, Dr. Wilborn and Henry, so you can get their 2 cents on a situation if you have a conversation. And, just realize Me Too. I believe, I know that's the conversation that people are having with regard to domestic violence right now, especially with Domestic Violence Month being this past October. But I have always said Me Too are, in my opinion, 2 of the strongest words because it creates that connection. And when somebody feels like they're not alone when something has happened to them, it's really, it kind of just lets down your guard, letting you know that, you're not alone out there. So, you just told me to stand by. So we're about to jump into the last segment. My nose is itching. Someone must be talking about me. I know y'all like, why is she doing that? Somebody must be talking about me. Who wants to see me? Somebody's talking about me. I better be good. And welcome to The Good Life with me, Eileen. We are here on Wellness Wednesday, and we're here to open your mind. We are living a good life right here on WBOK 1230 AM. We are opening minds to living differently in the world with love, tolerance, compassion for ourselves, and hopefully everyone else. We do that right here weekdays at 11 a.m. Don't miss a show ever. Don't ever miss a show. Why? Because it really is something that will settle in your soul, settle in your spirit, and hopefully you can spread the good life to everyone else. We have created a movement. We are going to reach everyone around the world, and we hope that you will help us do that by using your share button. It really is the most underutilized button, in my opinion, in the world. Share, y'all. Please share. It's the good life. So, long story short, this week has been about receiving. We did Ask, Believe, Receive. You can go back and see those shows on tglradioshow.com. But receiving, so many people find it difficult. I said it at the beginning of the show with Bobby, who's my life coach. I had a difficult time, receiving for a while, and I found out it was, control issues. But it wasn't control in the way that I thought it was control. It wasn't pride in the way that I thought it was pride, because I was like, I'm pretty humble. But there are certain aspects of life that just make certain things difficult, and it may be a protection measure. So I'm going to open your minds up to that, because it goes on to say, and I found this from PsychCentral.com. It goes on to say, many of us grew up believing that it's more notable to give than receive. I know how many of us have heard that. Ronald, you've heard that. It's more notable to give to receive, right? So it has, become ingrained in us that it is, don't receive, or I can give. And it is notable to give, but it's also notable to receive. This safeguards us from becoming self-centered monsters, scanning our environment to see what we can extract to fill ourselves. Recognizing others' needs, honoring their feelings, and being responsive to the less fortunate safeguards us from the unbridled narcissism that runs so wildly today, right? That's what we think, that's what we feel, that's what has been, our download all these years. That's what people tell us. Yet there are hidden downsides to prioritizing giving over receiving. We're talking about interpersonal relating, not social policy, which could use a hearty dose of the golden rule. And we know about the golden rule, I'll do unto others as you'd like them to do unto you. But it's difficult for you to receive love, caring, and compliments. We got into a little bit of that yesterday. Difficult to receive love, caring, and compliments. So when you have a hard time receiving, you can't just pick and choose what you receive. You put up that safeguard around yourself in general, and then you filter certain things out. So you may be giving all of these things and giving all of this love and giving all this time and giving all of this attention, which is wonderful, but you have to be able to receive it as well. You have to be able to receive it as well, or you're really just going to deplete yourself. And, you silently kind of self-destruct when you're not able to, receive love from others. When someone offers you a kind word or a present, or do you allow yourself to deeply receive the gift of kindness, caring, and connection? Connection is one of those things that we are here for. And so we need to receive love, kindness, tolerance, compassion, all the things that we talk about here so that we can live a good life. So I'm going to give you 5 possibilities for why receiving can be a little bit more difficult than giving. So I just want to, let it settle in your spirit and see how it fits you. If it fits you, great. If it doesn't, keep it moving. But, just let it open your mind and see if it reflects in you. Number 1 would be defense against intimacy. You ever wondered why? You're like, I don't know why I don't have a relationship. You may want a relationship, but they may not be showing up. Well, you may created a defense system against intimacy. Receiving creates a moment of connection. Prioritizing giving over receiving may be a convenient way to keep people distant and our hearts defended. To the extent that we fear intimacy, we may disallow ourselves from receiving a gift or a compliment, thereby depriving ourselves of a precious moment of connection. I want to let that sink in. We have a defense against intimacy. Receiving creates a moment of connection. Being vulnerable to someone else. It's how you create connection. It's how you share love. And actually, I have this tip. If you follow me on social media, it says I put this up back a couple Tuesdays ago. And it's called Tip Tuesday, and it says how to fall in love. When someone shows you their soul, show yours too. It sounds really easy, but it's receiving, being able to receive them, and then having it go both ways. But it has to be an open line of communication both ways for that intimacy to grow and for you to grow a connection. So if you want intimacy, if you want a relationship, you may need to look at what is hindering you, what guards you have put up. And it may be something that you're even, not even fully conscious of. It may be something that's in your subconscious that, maybe you need to work out. Could be a relationship with your parents, or a parent, a mother, a father, a guardian, a brother, a sister, or whomever, or an ex-boyfriend or ex-girlfriend or ex-relationship. A lot of times we put up guards after these relationships that bar us from intimacy. And we're like, we want it so bad. Why isn't it coming? Well, it's because that we need to do some internal work and be open to receiving. So, number 2 is letting go of control. When we give, we're in control in a certain way. Maybe I had this issue. It might be easy to offer a kind word or buy someone flowers, but can we allow ourselves to surrender? There's that word, surrender, and it's a fabulous word. I want y'all to start embracing it. Surrender to the good feeling of receiving a gift. And to what extent does our giving come from an open, generous heart versus bolstering our self-image of being a kind and caring person? Did y'all get that? Yes. What extent does our giving come from being an open and generous heart versus bolstering about our self-image of being a kind and generous person? Are you doing it just so you can say that you're a nice person? Or are you doing it because it's really coming from your heart? I talked a little bit about this earlier, our intent. What is your intention there? Intentions mean everything. Receiving invites us to welcome a vulnerable part of ourselves. Living more in this tender place, we're more available to receive the subtle gifts we're offered each and every day, such as a sincere thank you, a compliment, a warm smile. And starting with those little things will build to bigger things, and it will truly change your relationships. And I can only tell you because it has literally changed mine. Number 3, this is what Bobby got into, fear of strings attached. We may be uncomfortable receiving if it came with strings attached when growing up. We may have received compliments only when we accomplished something, like winning at a sport or achieving good grades. If we sense that we weren't being accepted for who we are, but rather for our achievements and accomplishments, we may not feel safe to receive. So if parents narcissistically used us to meet their own needs, which does happen sometimes, such as to showcase us to their friends or cling to an image of being good parents, we may equate compliments to being used. I'm going to repeat that. If parents narcissistically used us, which they may have done purposely or not purposely, to meet their own needs, such as showcasing us to their friends or clinging to the image of being a good parent, we may equate compliments to being used. We were recognized for what we do rather than for who we really are. And so I want y'all to think about that, especially, who have children who maybe stand out in their grades or stand out in sports. Let your children know that you're proud of them each and every day for what they do. Now, don't be like the over where you baby them, but let them know that you're proud of them. And also what I have learned is helping your children be proud of themselves is an important part of it. Having them like, oh, I'm proud of you for this. Well, are you proud of yourself? You did all this work. Look what you've achieved. Are you proud of yourself? Having them be proud of themselves and building that confidence within themselves so they don't always have to look back and see if you're there. So let's just think about that. Number 4 is we believe it is selfish to receive because you're told you're supposed to give. So like internally, subconsciously, we feel like it is selfish to receive. Our religion may have taught us, yes, our religion may have taught us that we're selfish if we receive. Life is more about suffering than being happy. It's better to be self-deprecating and just effacing and not take up too much space or smile too broadly, lest we bring too much attention to ourselves. As a result of this conditioning, we might feel shame to receive. Yes, some people feel shame to receive things. You're feeling like there's a narcissistic entitlement to it. An inflated sense of self-importance and believing we deserve more than others is indeed rampant today. But interesting enough, there was a study that suggests that wealth can actually increase this sense of entitlement. But the perils of destructive narcissism might be contrasted with healthy narcissism, which reflects sound self-worth. So we need more of that sound self-worth and a right to relish life's pleasures. It's okay to enjoy things. It's okay to have accomplished something and to appreciate yourself and to pat yourself about, you know what, I did a good job. I put work in. I achieved the goal. I bypassed this milestone. Whatever it is for you, receiving with humility and appreciation is different from being narcissistic. Living with a rhythm of giving and receiving helps us balance and stay nourished in our souls. So we have to create that balance of giving and receiving. Can't just be one or the other, or you're really just going to deplete yourself. You're like, why do I feel this way? Because you've been depleting yourself. And last but not least, a self-imposed pressure to reciprocate. When somebody gives you a compliment, you feel like you have to say it. Sometimes just say thank you. Blocks to receiving may reflect protection from being in someone's debt. We may suspect their motives, wondering what do they want from me, presuming that compliments or gifts are attempts to control or manipulate us. We preemptively defend ourselves from any sense of obligation or indebtedness. If everyone were busy giving, who'd be available to receive all that good stuff? By receiving with a tender self-compassion, we're allowing ourselves to be touched by life's gifts. It's the good life, y'all. Letting ourselves receive deeply and graciously is a gift to the giver. Don't block somebody else's blessing by not receiving, their gift. It conveys that their giving has made a difference and that we've been affected. So open your mind to living differently in the world and accept a compliment and do it, lovingly for yourself. And just sometimes say thank you. It's been definitely something I've had to work on, and I know it may be difficult for you, but then find out what those core reasons are and release yourself from all of those things. Walk into your authenticity, walk into your truth, your passion, and your purpose. It's a good life, y'all. Thanks so much for tuning in today. This week has been about receiving. I will see you tomorrow for Gumbo Talk Thursday. That'll be lots of fun with the ladies. And then on Freedom Friday, where actually we will have Susan Henry, who's our GM, coming in for the first segment. I'll be really excited to have her in here. I never get her on air, but I'm going to reel her in. We're going to be talking about the 10th anniversary of WBOK and what it has meant to us. I've been here for 3 of the 10 years, and I'm just so blessed that the station has been here. So we're going to receive her with open arms, and each and every one of you. So thanks so much for tuning in. If you've ever missed a show or you want to advertise with me, please go on to tglradioshow.com. We'd love to have your message here if it resonates with the good life. Thanks so much, y'all. This is Eileen, and I'm out.
Playing an
Hey,
important role
y'all.
in society, and L&R Security.
Good morning. Thanks so much for tuning in. I appreciate each and every one of you. Yes, I do. If you like the shirt, go get one. We have the mic is killing me. We have a couple different designs. Not a couple. We have like 13 different designs. So I'm really excited about our new stuff. We have lots of stuff going on. Lots of new projects. Like I said, we're going to have our first State of the Relationship event in February, so it is going down. We're going to have real talk, real conversations, no holds bar. We're going to give the real, so make sure you stay tuned for that. We're putting, and if you would like to sponsor that event, if you know a business or company that would like to sponsor that, have them give us a call, 504-400-7127, or send me an email, Eileen, EIL, at tglradioshow.com. Contact me there, call the station. You really can find me anywhere. Social media, I'll accept any way you want to contact me. So do that, and just live the good life. Accept the compliment. Receive your goodness, and know that you are worthy. Thanks so much for tuning in. It just told me that I have to go per Instagram. They only give you an hour, so it's perfect timing. Thanks so much, Instagram, for staying tuned, and share the show if you like it. Let me know. Leave me some comments. Appreciate y'all. Bye.